The lonely road. Lina walked through the dusty village path, holding her little girl, Zoe, close to her chest. The sun was setting, casting an orange glow over the horizon, but in Lina's heart, there was no light. Only a deep, aching darkness. Years ago, Lina had a dream of a happy family. She had imagined waking up every morning with her husband by her side, both of them smiling as they watched their daughter grow. But that dream shattered like glass one cold morning when her husband turned left. He left without a word, without a reason, and just like that, Lina became a single mother. The world around her seemed to move on, but Lina's world stood still. Every day was a struggle. She woke up at dawn to fetch water from the well, carrying it on her head, making sure Zoe was fed and ready for school, even though sometimes there wasn't enough food to eat. Zoe was a smart girl, full of hope, but Lina could see the sadness in her eyes. She saw it every time Zoe came home from school with a torn shirt or shoes with holes in them, trying to hide the pain from the other children who had more. The other children had fathers to fix things for them, to buy them what they needed. But Zoe had no father. One day, as Lina was sitting outside their small house, mending Zoe's torn dress, the girl came running to her, holding something in her hand. "Look, Mama," Zoe said with excitement, holding out a beautiful white flower. "I found this by the river. Isn't it beautiful?" Lina smiled, though the smile didn't reach her eyes. "Yes, Zoe, it's very beautiful, just like you," she said, brushing the dust off her daughter's hair. But inside, Lina's heart was heavy. How could she protect her daughter from a world that seemed to be getting harder and colder each day? As Zoe grew older, she began to ask more questions about her father. "Mama, where is Papa?" she asked one evening as they ate their simple meal of boiled maize and beans. Lina hesitated. She didn't know how to answer. How could she explain the pain of abandonment to a child who had only known her love? "He's far away, my dear," Lina said softly, wiping a tear from her cheek before it could fall. "But don't worry, you have me. I will always be here." But Zoe didn't seem satisfied. "Why did he leave us, Mama? What did I do wrong?" Lina hugged her tightly, wishing she had the answers. "You didn't do anything wrong, my love. Sometimes, people just leave, and we can't understand why. But you're not alone, okay? I'm here, and I'll always love you." But the words felt empty. Every night, Lina cried herself to sleep, thinking of all the things her daughter would never have, things she could not give her, no matter how hard she worked. Zoe deserved better. She deserved a father who could protect her, a father who could tell her stories at night, a father who could make everything right. But Lina was all she had. One rainy afternoon, when Zoe was 13, the mother and daughter sat huddled together under a small thatched roof, listening to the sound of the rain pounding on the roof. The air was heavy with the smell of wet earth. "Mama, I want to be a doctor," Zoe said, her voice filled with determination. "I want to help people, just like those doctors who help the sick." Lina smiled, her heart swelling with pride, but also with fear. A doctor? How could Zoe become a doctor? They didn't have enough money to send her to school, let alone to a hospital for her to study. She had never even finished primary school herself. But Lina didn't say this. She didn't want to crush her daughter's dreams. Instead, she just held her close and whispered, "You can be anything you want to be, my love. You are strong, and you will make it." Yet, deep inside, Lina knew the odds were stacked against them. She had tried to save every coin, to find out jobs, anything to send Zoe to school. But it was never enough. Years passed, and Zoe became a young woman, still carrying the weight of her mother's struggles on her shoulders. She had never met her father, and it hurt her more than she could ever put into words. She saw her friends with their fathers, laughing, sharing moments together, and she felt the emptiness inside her grow deeper each day. One day, Zoe asked her mother, "Mama, why did he leave us? Was it because of me? Did he not love me?" Lena's heart broke, but she knew she had to be strong for Zoe. She pulled her into a tight embrace. "No, my love, it was not because of you. Some things happen that we cannot understand. But I want you to know, you were always loved. You have always been loved." Zoe looked at her with tears in her eyes. "Then why does it hurt so much?" Lena could not answer. She had no answer that could heal the wound in her daughter's heart. The pain was a quiet, constant ache that only time could dull, but never erase. As the years went by, Zoe worked hard. She didn't become a doctor, but she became a nurse, caring for the sick in the village. She worked long hours, doing what she could to make sure her mother had everything she needed. She learned to take care of herself and her mother, even though the pain of not having a father never went away. One cold morning, when Lena was too weak to get out of bed, Zoe sat by her side, holding her mother's hand. "Mama," Zoe whispered softly, "I know it's hard, but you gave me everything. You gave me love, and that's all I ever needed. You were both my mother and my father. I don't need anyone else." Tears filled Lena's eyes. She had given everything to her daughter, and now she was seeing that Zoe had grown into a strong, beautiful woman, despite all the pain, despite all the struggles. And in that moment, Lena finally understood. It wasn't about what they didn't have. It was about the love they shared. A love that nothing could take away. And though she had never seen the father who had left them, Lena knew that her daughter would always be strong. Because she had something far more precious than a father's love, she had her mother's. And that was enough. As the sun set on the small village, Lena closed her eyes for the last time, knowing that she had given her daughter everything she could. She had given her love. And Zoe, though her heart was heavy with loss, knew that she would carry that love for the rest of her life. Even when the world seemed dark, even when the path was difficult, her mother's love would be with her, always. And that was enough.